What up, folks? Vinny D here, back with another fucking fantastic video. Today, I want to lead this video with a question. And the question is that what if everything that you believe to be true about the world is completely false, and you're choosing to live a life based on an illusion that everyone else told you, your teachers, your society, your fucking parents, your friends, right? What if you're living in a life based on beliefs that aren't even based in fact? Well, here's the best part. You're actually living that life right now. I know it sounds fucking terrible, but really, your entire life right now is literally being ran based on programming and code and beliefs that people put into you from the time you were born until now. The unfortunate thing is that a lot of these beliefs that cause us to behave a certain way are based out of limitation and fear. And even more simply put, they are the beliefs that keep you in a 9-to-5 job, keeping you doing something that you hate, not taking the chance to do something that you love and make it your job, not striving for your dreams, not going for that relationship, not putting your all into that relationship, and telling yourself that you'll do it tomorrow, thinking that you have time, thinking that it's not possible for you. So whatever thing it is for you, whatever belief it is for you, I just want you to know that everything that you believe is something that someone else programmed into you. Something that's, we are all born with a clean slate. We're like a fucking fresh piece of printer paper. Absolutely nothing on it. And as we go through our lives, people imprint upon us, as a printer imprints upon this piece of paper, beliefs and suggestions and advice, unsolicited most of the time, on how we should live our lives. And we unquestioningly just move into these actions based on what fucking people tell us, and most of them are fucking losers. I mean, complete fucking idiots. So why, let me ask you this question now, why are you continuing to operate on a system that was provided to you by someone that you don't want to be like? Why are you continuing to live a life based on someone else's opinion of what's possible? Okay, so this is a little harsh, and everything I've said to this point has been a little bit much. I'm sure of that. But what are we going to do about this? How can we get to a point together? How can you get to a point where you are no longer operating on a fucking belief system that was implanted into you by a fucking loser? When you were a kid, someone told you couldn't, that you weren't good enough, or that it's not possible, or that only this type of person can do that, and you're not this type of person, so you can't do it. Like, how do we get past this? And for me, the one strategy that I've implemented into my life that has helped me to grow through this constant battle of creating and being open and seeing my beliefs. But the strategy that I've implemented is always questioning my beliefs. Always questioning why I believe the things I believe. And this activity and this strategy, I call it a strategy because it's a long-term game. Because it's something that you do forever. You continue to question why you believe what you believe. Is this based in fact? Is this something my mom told me when she was having a fit of anger? Is this something my stupid ass fucking high school friend told me while he was really stoned smoking a joint? Like, who told me this information? And do I believe this information now? A good example I have is like, I once had somebody tell me that, let me think of a good one here. I once had someone tell me that the only way that I could get really big is if I worked out every single day. Every day. I had to work out every day, and I had to be in the gym for 2 hours a day. Every day. Okay? Wrong. I questioned that belief, And I listened to this. Probably the person who told me at that time was 17 years old. And I'm like, yeah, this guy knows. This guy fucking gets it. The problem is that I hung on to that belief for 5 years, right? Maybe 4. Where I like literally, based on no research on my own behalf, and just like the basic insight that I'm receiving from this person based on no credibility and factual statement, I allowed that to be a truth in my mind that existed for 4 years. And therefore I made decisions based on that data, and I placed limitations on what was possible, right? So again, the strategy of continuing to constantly question my beliefs. Why do I believe this? Who told me this? Is that person someone that's credible that I should believe? Is this the belief that I should hold on to? And if I'm choosing to delete this belief, what am I going to put in the place of it? Because there's always going to be some sort of like generalization or encompassing effect to the beliefs that we have. Because one belief that we have can dictate 10 different behaviors that we operate in on a day-to-day basis. And most of it's unconscious. But as we remove, like after I remove the belief of, oh, I need to be in the fucking weight room 2 hours a day every day without a fucking rest day to be fit and get big, right? Like, okay, well, I don't believe that anymore. So where am I going to replace that belief? Like, so what is the truth? And I guess another key here is like, I guess is from a strategic standpoint and like a long-term, outlook. It's like being, and I heard this guy the other day, I can't fucking remember his name, but he's super cool. And anyways, he said, I had a conversation with God. In that conversation, I told God I was willing to neglect and let go of anything in my life in the pursuit of the truth. In the pursuit of the truth. And I think like strategically, that's probably the best thing that someone seeking to be wise could implement into their life. Because if you're willing to put on the shelf and put to the side and put on the back burner all the shit, in all the distractions of fucking information, since we have fucking audacious amounts of it in our lives, if we're willing to put that shit to the side just to find out what the truth is, I think that we will find in our beliefs that all the things that we have come to conclusions about in our mind that dictate our behaviors and dictate what we think is possible is all just shit. It's not even truth. It's all fucking half-truth spewed out of fear and limitation that came from fucking society, whether it be any of the number of places I named earlier and the number of sources that could have implanted these beliefs into you at a young age and when you were more susceptible. But regardless, if we're seeking truth and we're willing to put aside all the falsehoods in the pursuit of truth and all the distractions, we're going to come to realize that anything is literally possible. And like the things that we put limitations on, especially when it comes to like what we can do for a career, how we can make money, what a relationship should look like, is all fucked up, and it's all based on fucking everything someone else has told you. And so if this is the truth, which it is, now we have the opportunity to see like, wow, I've been operating on this OS system for way too fucking long. And now I think it's time to make some fucking decisions for myself. It's time to believe what I want to believe. And I get to dictate what the relationship looks like. I get to dictate what's possible for my career. I get to dictate how I'm going to go about it and how I'm going to live my fucking life. And anything anyone else told me is just subjective fucking opinion. So, that's it. Check out my last video. Hit the subscribe button. See you in the next one.